Oh, yeah, that one goes out to Asmo. I told you I was going to do it. Y'all have got Grammy Mary here, and I have strapped into my rocket chair, although the straps are just a skosh loose, kind of like the screws in my head, is what I'm thinking. Okay, this is a Freaker Friday. I'm going to turn my volume up just a wee bit. And yeah, it's the first day of July, and happy birthday to you, Bugaboo. Happy birthday to you, Bugaboo. My grandbaby's birthday is today. Granddaughter, yay! Happy birthday, baby girl. I hope you have an absolutely amazing day. I sent her a text earlier today and then tried to call her, and she texted me back. She's at the movie, probably with her grandpa right now. So it's like, okay, I will talk to you later then. No problemo. And I'll get to go and see her next weekend. So, she had, I told you Wednesday, she gets to have 3 birthday weekends because grandpa's this weekend, I'm next weekend, and her auntie is going out the weekend after that. So, wow, that's the wonderful thing about having, being a kid. So you get to have all that fun stuff. And being the adult in the, yeah, okay. Yeah, I know. I referred to myself as an adult. Isn't that crazy? But, yeah. Sometimes it's not quite so easy. I have got to do this. My cousin just shared this over on Facebook, and oh my Lord, I hadn't really thought of this. This just goes to show there are always multiple ways of looking at anything, okay? I wonder if clouds ever look down on us and say, hey, look, that one's shaped like an idiot. I just love that. That is so flippin' hilarious. Oh, and it's just perfect for my day. Yeah, I've been having fun, though. I have been having fun. Because you know what? Life is entirely too short to not have fun. Oh, holy crapanoly, my sissy poo is crocheting with crocheting thread. Ah, I need to get my cheaters out when I do that stuff because that is so, yeah. Wow. She's doing an awesome job, though. Holy smokes. I did several things like that back in my younger days when my fingers were more nimble and my eyes saw better. Don't do it so much anymore. At least not with a little bitty thread. Hi there, Mary B. I see you, darling. And who else do I see? I also see New. Hey there, New. How you doing? I hope you're feeling better, sweetheart. I truly do. I know you've been having a few issues of late. I hope sending all that healing energy has been helping just a little bit. Jason over here just shared, if you say bae to me, I'm assuming you're talking about bacon and eggs because I'm not 12 and that word is fucking dumb. Oh man, 5 minutes in and I dropped my first F-bomb. Overachiever on this Freaker Friday night. Okay, that's all the ones that I see over here on Fakey Book. So let me go check out Freedom's Network, that effing site. KD Troxel has been over here talking about silver today. I also see Bo Diddy is here, as well as Mary B and Grimmy. Hey there, hi there, ho there, y'all. And yeah, silver needs to get just a little bit higher for me to be able to break even. But you know what? I have actual tangible silver. I can go over and I can hold it. I don't have none of that paper stuff, where I bought silver shares or nothing. No, if I'm going to buy something, I want to be able to go over and touch it, So if I really, really need it, I have the actual physical item that I can sell or barter or what have you. So, yeah. All those people that are invested in silver, yeah, good luck with that when shit goes south. And, mine, even, if it gets to the point where silver ain't worth dick, I can still, maybe make colloidal silver with it. So, hey, there you go. I see Barman has been tweeting me. Thank you ever so much, darling. I truly do appreciate it. Oh, really? Who's gonna, huh? I gotta go check out Twitter. Because apparently I best be for watching my language. You know what? I cannot watch my mouth because it's below my nose and I can't see past my nose. Ha, 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 ha. Thank you ever so much, Barman, for tweeting me. And I retweeted your first, and I probably ought to retweet the second just 'cause. Just 'cause. Let me hop on Twitter real fast. Is that like hop on pop? That's just really weird. Really weird. Let me see. Damn. And every time I open up Twitter, there's frickin' Skankleberry herself. Ugh. Yeah, Shitlery. She just, she really, really nauseates me. You know? I just can't help it. I cannot help it. Yeah, let me see. I don't give it two doodly squats. Okay, thank you again, darling. Now, let me go over and check out what's going on the RLM. By the way, if anybody is interested in calling, it worked Wednesday. After I'd adjusted a few settings. It worked Wednesday because Grammy called me on my number. But, you know, that's not necessarily saying that I'm going to be paying close enough attention to, yeah, unless it ring-a-dingies at me. That would be way cool. She doesn't sing like that anymore? Ah, I did not know that. Huh, thanks, Chloe. I did not know that. Election day here. Oh, really? Oh, that's right. I do remember reading something about that, B. That you guys are having election day down there, down under. I hope to heck everybody showed up and went none of the above. You know, if they're going to vote, at least put none of the above in there. Okay, over here in the RLM chat, we have the missionary man right up top. That's Mr. Asmo. Because, yeah, he's always on top. Don't give me that crap about it being alphabetical order stuff. I'm still going to say it's because he's a frickin' missionary man. We aren't sure just exactly what kind of mission he's on. But I'm thinking if it's a mission from God, it's like a Blues Brothers kind of thing. Just saying. I also see Barman is here. Thank you ever so much, dear one, for tweeting me multiple times over there on Twitter. And also for notifying everyone over on that effing site, Freedom's Network. The lovely Beth Z is here. Hey there, hi there, ho there, lady. I also see Grimner, who is the creator of RLM and the geek behind the scenes over there on that effing site. And he knows I love him. That's why I call him a geek. Because, yeah, I really do have an awful lot of respect for geeks. Because they know how to do shit that there's no freaking way I know how to. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, Grim, there's an idea. How about we make them swim for it, though? But, you know, the only thing is, there's things even sharks won't eat. And I'm thinking both of those two are things that even the sharks won't eat. Just saying. Which, you know, if you stop and think about it just a little bit, if you were to, you know, in defense of sharks, if you were to come into my house wearing nothing but a Speedo, I would probably take your ass out, too. Just saying. Or kick your ass out. Because, seriously, Speedos, that's just a marble bag. It's nasty. It's just nasty. Don't wear those things. They're nasty. Okay. Where was I at? Oh, Moose Girl. Moose Girl is going to be listening to live tunage again this weekend, but she will be around for the Freakers Ball. Woohoo! Can't wait. I get to hear. Oh, Mary B says that they don't want Hitlery and Trumpelstiltskin because they have their R-slickers over there. That's just wrong, Mary B. That's just the mental image I just got is just wrong. I need a mental etch-a-sketch. Really bad. Okay, back to, hey there, Kate. How you doing? How's the weather down in your neck of the woods? It was in the upper 70s out here in Booneyville today. Booyah! And we have moisture, although it has not rained since I put my rain gauge out. I'm an overachiever. Um, Someone like Steven Stills for president. Oh, hey, there you go. Budgie. Oh, that is just too funny, Mary B. Budgie smugglers. That would be just too cool, Chloe. Although I do remember the Nuge was running for a while there. I think the Nuge would be rather entertaining. You'd have some hellacious jam sessions. Just saying, hey there, fire monkey. Okay, back to saying, hey there, hi there, ho there. I see Trust No One is here, and once again, I had the X-Files tune playing in my head until I saw that. What the hell? Do you have some kind of mojo thing going on, dude, to where I cannot remember it? Because then instead of the X-Files theme, I get the theme to The Exorcist. That always just pops into my head. What the hell? Okay, I also see IB Don C is here, as well as IB Don C Work, who is actually away. But hey, that's okay. He's still logged in. And Java Doctor 2, the new and improved version. And I don't need no Java tonight, darling, because I got me some vitamin water. And I added me a little extra. It's an antioxidant kind of thing, a immune booster that's cherry flavored into it, and it's actually quite tasty. So there you go. I'm getting healthy while I'm venting. So see, I'm not only making my body healthy, I'm making my mind healthy. The problem is, as I'm getting healthy, I'm corrupting you. So 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Okay. Hey, looky there. Juana Taco is here. And you know what? Last night, the best Nachos Supreme with guacamole sauce. That's true, Grim. Every day would be the purge if the Nuge was president. At least until you no longer needed to purge, which could be a while. Oh, firecracker is racist? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. How in the hell it is, I have no idea. But yeah, fire honky works. Is that one of those firecrackers that makes noises kind of thing? Okay, back to, let's see, P. Bunyan is here. Hey there, darling. How's things going in your neck of the woods? Are you soggy, or have you been able to actually get out there and do some timber? Alias is here. Another one of them from down under. Hey there, sweetheart. How you doing? And Chalcedony, still being silent, but that's okay. We'll let you be silent. You know, if you want to be silent, Bob, okay, whatever. Chloe is here, and Chloe had an guacamole in your shoes. Chloe had an awesome suggestion for POTUS, although I think it should be a POTUS for the day kind of thing, and everybody should take a turn at it. I truly do. Everyone should take a turn at being POTUS for the day, kind of like Queen for the day, you know, because it's not like they really have any power anyway. So you may as well, excuse me, just let them go in there. They can wander around, they can sign all kinds of shit, they can make all kinds of edicts, and then the next day, the next POTUS comes in, and that person nullifies all of the edicts that the person of the previous day did, and they sign all kinds of shit. And, you know, just having people run around and try and write and rewrite and correct and fix and whatever, and just keep them from doing something really stupid like do not push the red button. Don't push the red button. But that would be such a cool thing, because everybody would have a chance to go in there and go, I am Yertle the Turtle. I am king of all I survey. Until someone belches. And then the next day, someone else gets to be Yertle the Turtle, king of all that they survey. Yeah, honky's okay. Honk. Okay, where was I? Oh, Chloe. And Fire Honky. I know who that is. I think I'm related to that person. And I'm here. Yeah, Fire Honky just had to get one above me. I see how you are. I see how you are. You know, he usually gets the best of me in any kind of verbal tete-a-tete anyway, but damn it. Here he is in the chat lineup, one above me as well. got dandruff, some of it itches. Oh well. I'm here. Mary B is here. Hey, Mary B, how you doing, woman? Hope everything is it not too bursy? 'Cause it really cooled down up here, so I'm thinking maybe some of my heat went your neck of the woods. That would be cool. It really would. It would warm you up a bit since I've cooled down a bit. And looky there, Rob Works is here. No, honey, Rob Works is not icky. He just happened to show up in the chat just as I said, icky. I was referring to Slick Willie and crew. And to round out the crew over here in the RLM chat is the one, the only person that's letting me do sound effects this evening with their name. Space Wolf. Woohoo! Hi there, everybody. I hope you're having an absolutely awesome, splendiferous, way cooleroony day. And if you're over here in the USA and you happen to be so lucky, this is the beginning of a 3-day weekend for you. It is for me, at least. I don't have to go to work Monday because it's Independence Day. Yeah, the day where you get to go and celebrate by blowing shit up and saying, I'm independent. Wait, I can't buy that stuff because you don't have a license. Oh, wait, you can't do those things here because they're illegal. Oh, wait. Look, we're going to go celebrate our freedom by not being able to do things. Ain't it wonderful? Freedom is just so, I do not think it means what they're implying it means. Yeah. Okay, let me check. What? After a few days, the stink will drive off. Okay. There you go. Hard. Okay, Grammy. Yeah, I would be toast for all those hardcore people as well. I mean, yeah, pud. Okay. Oh, Fire Honky, you're just too funny. He intends to be, when the defecation makes high-speed impact with the rotary oscillator, he intends to have a sizable wall built of the carcasses of those who came before him. There you go. Oh. Yeah, I could. But I don't know how to do a fire sound effect. But I could do a honky. There you go. Okay. Oh. Independence Day. Aha. Okay. So, it's National Incontinence Day. Is that what it is? People are just shitting themselves right and left. Wee-haw! That's a day to celebrate. I don't want to see the Hallmark card for that one. Just saying. Hey, cowboy, how you doing, sweetheart? Glad you could join us. I hope you are hearing pleasant voices this evening. I do try. Sometimes I'm trying, and not as in actually going out there and endeavoring, just being very trying. Okay, what was that? Oh, the lovely little donkey thing. Yeah, I've been playing today. Let's see. Remember this 4th of July. Do not say firecracker. It is an offensive term. You were supposed to call it a fire Caucasian. Thank you for your support. Now go celebrate your freedom by not saying something that will cause someone to go, safe space, safe space. I've been microaggressed. Yes. Political correctness is just a socialist propaganda bullshit thing. You can't say that. We are all equally butthurt. No, not all people are created equal in the butthurt category. I really hate to tell you this. Okay, I got it. You know what? I have things here on that I left open that I really need to close. To hell. Why'd I have all that shit open? It was from Wednesday. Okay. Let me go peek in my pocket because I did actually throw a few things in my pocket today. And boy, are my jeans tight now. Uh, um, Scroll up. By the way, I went to see my dear friend, lovely Lisa, last night, and she is just so fun. She's so wonderful. She trimmed my hair because I haven't had my ends trimmed since like February. And so they were really kind of neating it. And she didn't take a whole heck of a lot of length off. I mean, instead of it being down to the middle of my back, it's like a half an inch higher now. But hey, it's all good. She just trimmed it up a little bit. So, yay! And once she got done trimming up my hair, that's when we went out for the absolutely best nacho supreme that you could have. And margaritas. I had a frozen strawberry margarita with salt on the rim. Absolutely splendiferous. Okay, let's get here to, excuse me. I gotta go here because, I mean, it was just enough to make me somewhat nauseous when my mind went off on a tangent, as it has a tendency to do. People have been sharing all these lovely little things about Shitlary is going to have an interview pertaining to her criminal investigation with FBI officials this 4th of July weekend. Now, I'm wondering, are these people on salary or are they hourly or what? Because if they're hourly and they're doing this over the 4th of July weekend, they're getting time and a half. And if she does it on the 4th of July, which have you noticed they now call it the 4th of July as opposed to Independence Day because they don't want you thinking you can be independent. So, it's now the 4th of July. It's just a date that we go blow shit up. Pretty much. But, you know, if they back to my little off the wall, where the hell that come from? If this is on the 4th of July, and does that mean that they get double time or double time and a half? And I'm going to have to call bullshit on that because I don't want to pay those kind of wages. Because God knows these people are probably, there's going to be at least 30 of them because, well, Shitlary is running for POTUS. So, oh well. The scheduling is likely intended to help bury the interview away from the attention of, those lovely little voters who will be celebrating the holiday by consuming massive amounts of adult beverages, eating lots and lots of charbroiled meat of some kind or another, and trying to blow fingers off, either their own or someone else's, or at least make someone go deaf on one side. So, or if they are overachievers, they might actually put someone's eye out, because 4th of July just ain't the 4th of July if someone ain't got burns or an eye put out. Just saying. So, I'm really amazed that almost all of my siblings have all of their appendages, and the one that doesn't, well, that wasn't a 4th of July incident. At least that's his story. And he's sticking to it. Oh well, back to this. It should also be noted that the interview is taking place mere days after Slick Willie met with Dangleberry's Attorney General Loretta Lynch on a private jet, sitting on the tarmac of a Phoenix airport. Well, in a private jet. These are the people that are also going about saying, you need to cut back because of your carbon footprint. And yet they're flitting all over the place in their private jets. I think your private jet puts out more of a carbon footprint than, let's say at least 10 cars going down the highway. Just saying. Apparently, this is a meeting that would not have come to the public's attention if it were not for local media report. A.G. Lynch will ultimately have the final say on whether or not charges will be filed against Mrs. Clinton. Ah, the lovely biatch. And she's just, wow. Honey, there's a picture here. And although, yes, that's a much more flattering look because you have your head up high, so that waffly chin just ain't showing quite as much. And are you going to the same plastic surgeon as San Fran Nan, the Botox biatch? Because I swear to God, those crags in your face are not quite as deep as they used to be. Either that or you're eating the hearts of newborn babes. God only knows with you. You vile creature, you. I think she would look ever so attractive in horizontal or vertical stripes, however you wish to. Horizontal stripes, yeah, they do add weight to you, but really, does it matter? As if that's going to make a damn bit of difference on how she looks. I know I'm being mean, but it's just really, really, really hard to try and be nice to someone that enjoys being a vile creature so much. And if she didn't enjoy being such a vile creature, she wouldn't be smiling every time she does it, and she wouldn't be doing it so fucking much. Vile creature. And well, Slick Willie, well, I think he checked his brains at the door a long time ago, so that's just my opinion. But yeah, Slick Willie, I wonder what kind of favors he did for Miss Loretta Lynch. And yes, I went there because I have had that in my brain for, all afternoon. And I can't be the only one suffering from that nastiness that's running around in my brain, making me go, ew, icky, ew. Okay, Grammy says what he remembers most about the 4th of July was when he was 16. We got, tie stick from a guy at the fair in the park. Wow. I never had days like that. The hell? See, that's what happens when you live out here in the middle of the boonies. I wouldn't have known what to do with it anyway at that age. I still was actually quite the good little girl at 16. It was 17 that I developed a almost terminal case of teenage-itis. Yeah, my mom was ready to kill me. And I think the only reason she didn't was because when she kicked me out of the house, I actually left. So, I was not a wonderful child when I kicked in the teenage-itis infection. Yeah. Whew, when I contracted that damn thing, and there are no inoculations for that either. Not for the parents, not for the children. We all go through it. Some people actually do wait until after they're no longer a teen to, yeah. Hey, I just finally saw that up a little bit higher. Fire Honky said that, that Independence Day wouldn't be a Hallmark card. It would be a skid mark card. I wonder if gifts would be wrapped in tissue paper. Oh, San Diego. Okay. Well, yeah, California. Yeah, from what I understand, they get really good drugs out there. Most of them are prescription, unfortunately. Oh, okay. Now that I've done the damn shitlery thing, I've gotten it out of my system. Such a vile creature. Seriously. I understand, that she has a purpose in life, and if nothing else, that purpose is, when you look in the dictionary and you look up vile creature, it's hyphenated, okay? When you look it up, there's her picture. So, see, it's really easy. You just go, vile creature, oh! And then you throw your dictionary away and you swear to never look at it again because you're afraid you might run across something else just as repugnant. And it is quite possible because I'm sure Dangleberry is in there somewhere as well. So, let me get this shared over on Fakeybook. Da, da, da. Okay. Now, let me check Freedom's Network. Oh, what a prig. What a prick. What an ass monkey. Representative Jeff Guse, is that his name? Sick children should die if their parents can't afford medical supplies. Fuck you who? Darlin'. I thought Dangleberry Death Care was supposed to make medical care less expensive, more affordable. That's why it's called the Affordable Care Act. Oh, but wait. I just remembered everything that the District of Corruption puts out, everything that they put out, whatever it's named, you better figure it's going to do the exact opposite. So yeah, Affordable Care Act. It's Costly Death Act is what it is. So, thanks. And the sick children should die. How about instead of us foisting all of those nasty ass vaccines on these children, like the Hep B shot that some places are mandating that babies get within the first 72 hours of their life. Hep B. Really? Unless their mother was a junkie when she was pregnant, unless a mother had, there's no reason to be given that to a baby. None. But here's an idea. Here's a thought. If you don't want babies to be sick, if you don't want children to be sick to where parents can't afford to take care of them, how about we educate the parents on good nutrition, and we stop fluoridating the water, and we stop chlorinating the water, because both of those are actually neurotoxins. And, people can just learn to, I know they say, oh, but the water will get or it'll do or it'll do, and you'll get sick and you'll die. Well, there's all kinds of shit in this world that will make you sick and die. And a lot of it seems to be from the research that's coming out. And I saw it on the internet, so it must be true. But a lot of it is pointing to all of the shit you're putting in the food that's making people sick and dying. If people were eating things that were a little bit more fresh, shall we say, not all those preservatives and additives and those artificial flavorings and artificial colorings, instead of trying to get people used to seeing something such a bright color that that color does not show up in nature. You created it. But hey, look at this broccoli. Wow, is that ever a vibrant broccoli green? Yeah, because it has artificial flavor or colors added, whatever. Whew. Or, the shit that they spray it with so that it keeps longer on the shelves. I have a problem with a lot of this stuff. And a lot of the things that I've been reading and listening to, and doing some real research on, and actually, yes, speaking with my doctor about, because she is rather open-minded about a lot of this stuff. She admitted she can't do all the reading, so she relies on her patients to bring information to her. And hey, I love it that she's honest about it, at least. And I do bring her information. Every time I see her, I bring her more information. So yeah. But eat fresh veggies. That's some of the best thing for you. Eat fresh fruit. Yeah. And the reason they're starting to find, there are lots of research studies that are starting to come out. Now, no, you're not going to get to see a lot of them because, number one, the U.S. and Big Pharma and the big agrochemical companies do not want you to see it, so therefore that shit's not going to show up over here unless you dig in the research overseas. But they are doing research, and they are finding that it's not really so much that people have a glucose intolerance. It's the use of Roundup just 2 to 3 weeks prior to harvesting the wheat. To knock down those weeds so they don't have as much crud or waste in, as they're cutting the wheat. That gets into the kernels. And don't tell me I mean, if you have to, with that chemical, if you have to be careful when you're spraying it, if you have to wear all kinds of protective equipment when you're spraying it on our food supply, why the hell should we think it's safe to consume if you have to wear all that protective shit to spray it on there to keep the weeds down or keep the bugs away? If it makes the bugs sick, if it keeps the weeds down, what the hell do you think it's going to do to us? Huh? Yes, New, I see you're messaging me, honey. Oh, I saw that. Yes, a new firecracker thingy. You know, one of them, the things that you light and it does the little black charcoal snaky thing. Only this looks like a puppy dog, and you light its ass. Light its ass on fire. And it has one of those little charcoal snaky things come out its backside. So, yeah, be sure to put that in a neighbor's yard when you light it. Oh, I'm so sorry. My bad. My dog just took a dump in your yard. I know people that really get anal about that. And it's like, it's biodegradable. It really is. And if it bothers you that much, do you not own a shovel? Or, hey, a bread sack or a grocery sack. You know, something to come along and just pick that up and you can throw it away as well. I rake mine up occasionally and put it in the garden and it gets tilled in. So there you go. And I've had people tell me, don't do that because you'll get worms. I've done it for 30 freaking years. Haven't gotten worms yet. So there you go. And my auntie and my mother both say I grow the best cucumbers anywhere. So just saying. And I actually do have a very nice stand of cucumbers out there right now. So yay! Hi, Judy. Okay. Back to effin'. I saw you, Iris, logging in, hun. How you doing, sweetie? Oh, Grammy, you want recreational LSD as well? Well, that could be interesting, couldn't it? Um. I have tried that a couple of times. Couple of times. Is way, way back in my youth, which is probably another contributing factor as to why I am the way I am. I think I was pretty much, yeah. It all started with the dryer incident, and it just kind of went downhill from there. So, let's see. Vote on recreational in November. Woo! We're going to ask our masters if it's okay for us to say it's okay for us to have a weed. Wow. It's truly messed. Okay, except if you don't have a dog, they should not be obligated to pick up your dog's shit. Yes, my dear, I understand that. But you know, I just... It's dog poop. It's dog poop. You know, it's kind of like, and I pick up my dog's poop when I take them walking, and if they poop in someone else's yard, I pick it up. Yes, I do. Because, yeah, I... But I really don't remember when we were kids that was a big deal. I really don't. And I remember walking the dog quite a few times, and... Yeah. It was not a big deal when we were kids. So when did it all of a sudden excuse me, become a big deal? Was it in that time frame when people started picking up fresh dog poop and putting it in brown paper bags and then putting that on someone's porch and lighting the brown paper bag on fire and then doing the whole knock and run thing? Is that when it started becoming not cool for a dog to poop outside? Wherever it feels the urge to poop? Another question. Is it... No, stop it. No, I'm not going to stop it. No. I'm not gonna. Another question. So if you take your dog to a doggy park where a bunch of doggies play and poop and pee and all that fun stuff? Do you have to pick it up there as well? I'm just curious. I don't know. I don't know how that shit works. No one wants to walk in it. I understand that. I don't like walking in it either when I mow the yard, which is why I usually rake it up from time to time. But sorry. I personally have an issue with people that go off the deep end when a dog poops in their yard. It's like, really? Seriously. One dog pooping in someone's yard. I don't see the major palpitation, but that's just my opinion. Mine. So, call me out, call me an ass. I don't care. My personal opinion. I try to not leave little landmines for others, but it happens. Thank you, Chloe. Okay. Yes, new. Okay. No, I'm not going to add. Hi, Nancy. How are you doing this evening, sweetie? How's weather in your neck of the woods? Okay. I'm going to go back to my pocket just because. You know, all of this stuff about the Orlando shooting and yada, 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 and things are now coming out that actually no one died prior to 5:02. Even Judge Knapp said something about that, and I know it was on the internet, must be true, yada, 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 yada. Really, you know, you can always take everything that everybody says with a frickin' grain of salt. You don't have to believe doodly shit of what anybody says. You don't have to believe a damn thing that falls out of my mouth. I don't expect you to believe anything I say. So there. I'm going to trash that because I don't want to see it no more. You know, we have all this fun stuff and everybody is just going, oh, we must grab guns. Oh, we must do this. Oh, we must do that. And, you know, and then when someone with an actual rational thought steps in and says, really? Florida, a nightclub. Temperatures are what? And someone smuggled an AR-15 with how many clips into a crowded nightclub? Right. Okay. Now, with all that brouhaha over there, and they're still pushing it, still churning it, still trying to get away, and people are going, I call bullshit on it. Here's one. It's from Fox News Insider. Yeah, I went to Faux News, but hey, it's on the internet. Must be true, right? Concealed carry shuts down active shooter at South Carolina nightclub. A concealed carry is being credited, and why they call it a concealed carry, it's someone who has a concealed carry permit who actually happened to be carrying at the time is being credited with preventing further violence at a South Carolina nightclub. Spartanburg County deputies say that 32-year-old Jody Ray Thompson got into an argument outside Playoffs nightclub in Lyman early Saturday or Sunday morning. He then opened fire into the nearby crowd, wounding 3. A man fired back at Thompson in self-defense, striking him in the leg. Deputies say the hero had a valid concealed carry weapons permit and will not face charges. None of the injuries were said to be life-threatening. Thompson was charged with 4 counts of attempted murder, possession of a weapon during the commission of a violent crime, and unlawful carrying of a weapon. Now, the NRA, by the way, has chastised the media for not reporting on this incident. I shall chastise you multiple times vigorously. Oh. Okay. Really? They've chastised them. Who fucking talks like that? Seriously? How about the NRA called them out? Said that's a bunch of bullshit. Bullshit. Hi, Moosey. Oh, yeah. You are to bring supply. I'm just gonna. Yes, I see the whole thing about the poo. And I just. Tell Granny what? Okay, you know what? The whole reason why I kind of sort of went off on that is because a friend of mine has a little bitty puppy that happened to stray into the neighbor's yard. And yes, the little bitty puppy squeezed between the slats in the fence. And the lady came out with a broom to shoo the puppy away. And the puppy, in its fear, lost control of its bowels and did some poopies in the yard. And the lady started beating at the dog with the frickin' broom. So, I'm thinking, okay, you scared the shit out of the dog, and now you're wanting to beat the dog because the dog shit in your yard because you scared the shit out of the dog. So that's the main reason why I kind of went off on that, because I'm thinking, okay, if you're out there actually walking your dog, which I do it, I pick up my dog's poop. But really, seriously, these people get frickin'... Sorry, I'm gonna stop right there because it's a no-win situation because y'all are gonna just get pissy at me. And I don't care. Well, actually, I do, but then I don't. You know, it's one of those 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. And I'm not going to argue about it anymore. I pick up my poo. I know an awful lot of other people that pick up their doggy, not my poo, but my doggy's poo. But it's like, so what if you have one little pile in your freaking yard because a dog just kind of, and they didn't notice or whatever. Out here, dogs just kind of run sometimes, so. Whatever. Scold me. I don't care anymore. And hello, Moosey. And yes, we do pick up our poo out here when it's in someone else's yard. I just have, never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Just don't go there. You're going to get frustrated, going to get pissy, and I don't want to go there. So, it's frickin' Friday. Damn it. Say that 3 times fast. And not the word that either. So, let me share this over here on effin' site. And yes, Bretta Choey, I know you chastise people all the time because that's what you do. But you're one of the few people that I know that uses words like that. And I think it's just because you have such a humongous vocabulary, you have to get them out sometimes. But, okay, let me see. Let me get this shared. Do I have... Yeah, we'll just do that. Okay. Enter 10 puns in a contest to see which one would win. No pun intended. Go on, David. Okay. Yes, I do pick up my poo to throw it sometimes. I'm very good at throwing poo. Sometimes it actually sticks to my fingers as well, though. I hate it when that happens. So, in any case, and no, I don't lick them off. I just wipe them on somebody else. Okay. Back to my pocket I go. So, Here is a lovely lady. I started reading this and I thought, wow, this is really cool. This is really cool. This is from Vice.com. An indigenous mom explains why she doesn't register her kids with the government, which, bless her heart, she's a lovely lady. I really could give two shits less about the whole indigenous thing. How about you just say a mom explains why she doesn't register her kids with the government? Why do we have to have, she's the first Hispanic, she's the first indigenous, she's the first blah, 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 blah. A mom explains why she doesn't register her kids with the government. Period. That should be enough. Should be enough. She This young lady is holding down an indigenous resistance camp on a mining road in the geographical middle of British Columbia. A copper and gold mine had spewed millions of tons of mining waste into rivers and lakes on her traditional in her traditional territory. And she was leading a charge to stop the mine from reopening. Okay, bravo. Love that. Over a few days I spent at the camp, she almost always had one of her 4 kids perched on her hip. And I'm not, it's not that I am intentionally not saying her name because I really don't want to bugger up her name, because I don't mean this gal disrespect at all, because I think what she did was awesome. But I'm not real sure how to pronounce that, so I'm just not going to even attempt to fuck it up. Okay? So, goes on to say whether she was prepping meals for long-distance visitors or standing in the path of mining trucks, she had a child on her hip. I remember noticing how badass her kids were, at ease in the bush among a pretty strange crew of elders, protesters, police, mine workers, and at least one reporter. Friends and family affectionately called them freedom babies. It's a term I spent quite some time over the next few months trying to fully understand. Technically speaking, it means her kids were born outside a hospital and never got a Canadian birth certificate. Easy enough to grasp, and it also means her family, for the most part, doesn't take money from the Canadian government, doesn't rely on universal Canadian medical coverage, doesn't enroll in Canadian schools. And on top of that, she is on a personal mission to bring back lost culture and knowledge, starting with the way Indigenous nations bring babies into the world. I personally don't have a problem with that at all. You know, if you want, I actually considered having my youngest one at home because I thought that would be way cool to do the total natural childbirth thing, but I got outvoted. Whew. She was, wow. Yeah. If you wish to have your child at home, that's fine. If you wish to not participate in modern society, I really don't have a problem with that. If you wish to be self-sufficient, and you are self-sufficient, and you are educating your child, and you're not filling them with the propaganda bullshit nonsense of you must learn to appreciate the homosexual, you must learn to appreciate the certain colored skin, you must learn to appreciate the specially designated religious thing, you must learn to appreciate the, all that bullshit where if it does not figure directly into your life, why do you need to know it? There's a lot of things that I learned in school that I have not used since I learned them in school, and therefore they are forgotten. Oh, sure, somebody will say something, and all of a sudden a Rolodex in the back of my head will go, and a very faded, very tattered card will work its way out and go, I took that in school. And that's pretty much all that's left on the card. All that's legible is, I took that in school. So, there's some things that you just flat ass, really, if you don't need it, you don't need it. and all of this government mandated, you must have this and you must have that and you must take tests and you must regurgitate in just this way, because if you don't regurgitate it the way we tell you to regurgitate it, then we're going to flunk you and make you do it again and again and again. Yay. Ain't that horrid? So, go for it, sweetheart. Awesome. Apparently, this author recently called her up and asked her a few questions and asked her about her quest to untangle her family from the Canadian society and to catch babies the way her ancestors did. Which, you know what? There's an awful lot of countries, an awful lot of cultures that do not have the very sterile, anesthetized, whatever, very, very new, modern, yada, yada, yada places that you must go to deliver that child into the world. They just plop that baby out right then and there and get back to doing whatever they was doing. Lots and lots of places around the world do that. So I don't see why this is such a big deal. And yet, sadly, in our neck of the woods, it is. And I would like to see it get to the point where it's no longer a big deal. I would love to see it get to the point where, oh, home birth? Cool. Sweet. And then just move on. Not, what? What were you thinking? Because that shit's going to go on. There is quite a bit of question and answer here, and her children look absolutely lovely and very healthy. And, they are learning their history. They are learning how to survive. They will probably be here a lot longer than the rest of us, especially if the defecation makes high-speed impact with the rotary oscillator. A lot of places will still be here. And everybody will go, oh, it will be the end of the world as we know it. Well, it might possibly be the end of the world as we know it, but it probably, antiseptic, yes, that's the word I was looking for. Thank you. Yes, my Rolodex is powered by horses. Oh, yeah. I think it's wonderful that people do this, and the sad thing is a lot of people that homeschool, and I did it myself. I really did. I got to admit. I said, but how will your child learn to socialize with other children? And then I actually, after it fell out of my mouth, I went, holy fuck. How in the hell? I actually said that out loud. Holy shit. Children will learn to socialize because that's what children do. Children are very social creatures. They will learn how to socialize if and if you let them know that, yeah, there are people out there in that world that you really don't wish to socialize or shouldn't socialize with because they're not necessarily nice people. They will do mean things to you. So be prepared. So if you do happen to run into some, you know how to deal with them. And yeah, I think this isn't, she's doing a wonderful job of being a mom, I think. Once again, my personal opinion. So, there you go. Okay, and I'm going to, and I really, really, really wish we could get past the whole indigenous, black, white, Hispanic, Muslim, Christian, Buddhist, whatever. I know those are descriptives, but why are certain descriptives considered special and others are considered trash? If you're going to do that kind of shit, let's just get rid of the descriptives and, hey, deal with the person based on their personal actions and words as opposed to the descriptive that's attached to them. I might be a cracker, but that doesn't mean I'm like every other cracker because I'm a Grammy cracker. So there. Okay. Hi, Tammy. Okay, where was I? I saw something. I did see something, and I don't remember what it was I saw now. Which is really. Oh, yeah. Okay. Never mind. It was a link on the side of this. I really need to go here just because, aside from my fur babies, I do live alone. And so I'm thinking this is rather appropriate for me, as stated from yesterday. How to live alone without going crazy. Well, many would say, too late. Been there, done that, enjoyed the trip. Decided to stay a while. Whew. This was written by Ali Conti. She is a staff writer over on Vice. I recently achieved a dream I never quite thought I would reach. I now live alone in New York City. Oh, that would make me insane. My reasons are complicated and numerous, but they boil down to the simple idea that hell is other people, especially when y'all share a bathroom, which, yes, I do have to agree with that. This is by no means cheap. My new place is a fairly small studio, and the upfront costs of moving there will keep me in the hole for a while, but I knew that going in, and still really, really wanted to be on my own. Although I have heard of what some of the rent fees are in New York City, and seriously, how in the hell can people afford it? Wow. Home ownership is not something most people my age can even fathom, so going solo has become the holy grail of living situations, especially in expensive big cities. If you want to survive in New York and, excuse me, have enough money to enjoy all it has to offer, you should probably be living in a 12-person Bushwick loft called Camp True Love inside someone's dorm room closet or under your desk, which, yeah, it's very expensive. But for me, existing in a city where you're either crammed into a subway car, rubbing elbows with coworkers in a germ-filled open office. Oh, here we go. You know, sweetheart, when you get exposed to germs, odds are if you're eating right, you will build an immunity to those germs. But if you're not eating right, if you're eating all that toxic shit, that comes in cans or those lovely little plastic bags, and yeah, I do it too. I've cut back a bunch, but I still do. Let your immune system boost itself, and then you won't be so concerned about germ-filled offices. Or being jostled while walking down crowded streets necessitates having at least some sort of sanctuary, even if it's just a Calgon take me away moment while you're sitting on the toilet. Okay, I put that part in. And I'm willing to pay for that privilege. Well, I'll bet you pay out the wazoo. Apparently, I'm not alone in thinking that. In the book, Going Solo, sociologist, excuse me, there's a difference, Eric Kleinberg wrote that in 1950, fewer than 10% of American households were single people living alone, and that the phenomenon existed mostly among migrant men in the empty expanses of the West. Contrast that to 2012, when half of Manhattan's households consisted of just one person. Wow. Although one Finnish study released the same year as Kleinsberg's book suggests that people living alone tend to be more depressed. No, not me. The NYU professor counters that he found those people to be more actively engaged in civics and ultimately more connected to other people through spending time at cafes or bars or through use of social media. And although the number of people living alone keeps going up, the idea of solitude as a path of self actualization is far from new. It stretches at least as far back as Henry David Thoreau, perhaps the first American to not just move into his own place, but also make sure everyone knew how great he was doing. Awesome. The point of being alone isn't to retreat from the rest of the world. It's to figure out who you are and where you want to go in life. That's certainly the way that Emerson and Thoreau thought about it. These days, the things you have to remember is that living alone doesn't mean being alone, which is true. I live alone, but I'm not alone because I have 2 dogs, 2 cats, and a bunny rabbit, and neighbors. I have neighbors. Thoreau didn't have to deal with the housing shortage or rising rents, though. Today, like the guy who lived in the literal wooden box in San Francisco, you have to make some sacrifices to reach this milestone of early adulthood. And yeah, it was late in life before I got to actually live alone. For instance, I don't have a freezer or an oven. Oh, wow, that would suck. Technically, I have enough space to put a couch, but if I did, I wouldn't be able to step without vaulting over furniture. Although I'm currently fine with the amount of space I have, I do worry that over a long enough timeline, a sort of cabin fever will set in, which, yeah, that sounds to me like my bathroom, hun. Or maybe my laundry room downstairs. And if that was all the living space I had assigned to me, you can bet your sweet Bippy I would go more off the deep end than I already am. Excuse me. Doc Kopek, an environmental psychologist at Boston Architectural College, said that the easiest way to prevent that from happening is to make my at-home recreational strategies as seamless as possible. In other words, put saltine crackers down on the floor and pretend like you actually have to walk around furniture. It's a thought. For example, having to go through multiple steps to achieve a desired outcome is bad, like attaching and detaching cords. Huh? That seems kind of hard to avoid in a very small apartment that has exactly one outlet. Holy shit. That's not above a sink. Oh, one outlet, not above. Okay, wow. The key was in the cords. And Mr. Kopek insisted that I need to find a way to deal with the clusterfuck that is the power strip under my desk, or that I change up the music that I listen to in order to give the disarray a positive connotation. Hon, if you own more than 20 items, and from the sounds of this place, that would make it look very cluttered. Wow. Yes, I see you, rascal. For techno people, the chords have meaning, so the visual effects are lower than to a person with whom the chords have less meaning. Less meaning means greater effects of stimulation within the field. Huh? In the micro apartment, the goal is to reduce the levels of stimulation in the field by ensuring that all the images there have meanings that are positive. Holy crap, I'm thinking someone thought entirely too hard. This is someone that has an upper level education. That's just all there is to it. Apparently, in other words, if your apartment looks like shit, you will feel like shit. Which I'm thinking if your apartment is no bigger than a walk-in closet, it's no wonder you feel like shit. But while always having the TV plugged in will allegedly help my mental health, no, it won't. No, it won't. It's only been about a month, and I've already noticed myself starting to talk to the screen. Yeah, unplug that fucker. Unplug it. Get rid of it. You don't need it. Anything that you need to watch, that's what a computer is for. Then you can get small doses, you can get up, you can walk away. You don't need that boob tube, hon. You don't need it. I say, as I have a boob tube in my living room, that the last time it got turned on was when my grandkids were here. Oops. I know, rascal. Okay, the New York Times article pegged what? What? Okay. I'm not I'm not getting where in the hell she's going with this shit, but apparently roommates or fiancés seem to exert a normalizing influence, and you can't really go full Chad if there's a danger of someone will walk in on you at any time. Ah, full Chad. So that's like the full Monty kind of thing. I gotcha. After enough time on my own, I will become an eccentric with names for the voices in my head. I don't know, honey. Will you become Vince Easley? You maybe need to talk to someone because Vince is doing that already. Will I acquire a deeply ingrained weirdness that might prevent me from ever cohabitating again? Possibly. I think I've acquired that. I don't think so, says Kleinberg. I certainly don't know of any cutoff points. Living alone is an expensive luxury in a celebrity city like New York, which, yeah, I would agree with that. My guess is that you're just experiencing some of the luxuries of your domestic liberation, and that if you find yourself with roommates or living with a partner sometime soon, you're going to be just fine. No, you're not. Not in that tiny little space. There's no reason why living alone for a long time would make it hard for you to live with someone else in the future. I don't know. It would have to be someone really, really special. Because I'm thinking, I like being able to go Chad through my house. I had the door shut, by the way. But I like being able to not cook if I don't want to. I like being able to, when I do cook something, hey, Fudd! It's what I wish to eat, not what someone else wishes to eat. Yeah, I know, you're a delicate flower, Fudd. And yeah, Fire Honky, it does sound like weapons grade douchebag feng shui. That is. Oh, sociology. Oh, thank you, Grim. I'm finally catching up here. Oh, oh, Grimmy's a Ritz cracker. Yeah, see, I'm really slow. I'm just finally catching up with the what? A nutter brother. Have a nutter brother from my family. Fragile. Oh, it's Italian. I gotcha. He's fragile. Mmm. Alrighty. So let me put this over here. I think it's wonderful to live alone. I mean, I'm really enjoying. But I spent an awful lot of years where, no, like most of my life, where I cohabitated. And yeah, this is nice. This is very nice. I'm enjoying my fortress of solitude, even if it is in the boonies and it's not necessarily a fortress. I I have a fence for a moat and two dogs for my little dragons to keep you evil creatures away. Unless you reach over the fence and you scratch the dog behind the ear, and then it's like, oh, come on in. You gonna throw the ball for me? Yeah, they're really good guard dogs. Trolleys. Ay. I'm just gonna share that. I'm not gonna say nothing about it. I'm just gonna share it. 800 people shot in Chicago so far in 2016. How many shooters are NRA members, Shitlery? I would like to know that. I'm wanting to know how many of them actually legally owned a gun. I know, it's the whole I bought into that legal. I went legal, as if the Second Amendment isn't legal enough, but as if you really needed that even. But it's a whole other philosophical question or discussion. But how many of those people acquired those weapons? Um, that is true, Beth. That is true. I got to agree with you. It is easy to live alone without going crazy. I said so. Oh, and David, you just had to do that. Pulled pork, fresh green beans for Sunday dinner, and pasta salad. I got tater salad. And cornbread. What an ass munch. Yes, you are doing a fine job of making me jealous and making my mouth water. And I haven't had supper yet, brat. How are you doing with that, by the way, Beth? I see you just said that you're still grainless and sugar-free. So how are you doing? You are not brainless, Fire Honky. You are far from it. And I'm not real sure about the saccharine sweet either. Although, my brother's a long, long time ago, way back the initial saccharin, the very first, yeah. Which Mom still has some of that shit, I think. Bless her heart. Uh, oh, go on, Fire Honky. One of my brothers actually talked me into eating a saccharin tablet. Yeah, I bit into it and promptly threw up all over the kitchen floor. That shit's nasty. Wow. Even biting an aspirin did not elicit that kind of reaction from me. But wow, saccharin, brack. That's just nasty stuff. Okay. Okay, what do I... Oh, I know. There was another one I wanted to get to in my pocket. Just because. And then I'm going to go to Gawker. And I think I'm actually going to go to Cracked. And maybe one other place just because. Oh, no, I'm going to have to go to the Intellectualist, I think. But first, I'm going to go to awarenessact.com. Why? Because Terry Motika shared it over on Fakey Book #1. And I thought, wow, thanks, Terry. New study proves that THC can eradicate toxic proteins associated with Alzheimer's. Now, I just saw the headline and I went, oh, cool. That looks like radio fodder to me. Alzheimer's disease is one of the most terrifying and debilitating illnesses imaginable. Nobody wants to think of themselves as lost and scared for the rest of their days. Combating it is especially important, and scientists might have just figured out how. Scientists at the Salk Institute have found new evidence that supports the theory that tetrahydrocannabinol, or THC, why didn't they say that the first time? Because instead of making my tongue get all knotted, and many other compounds found in cannabis can help with prevention of Alzheimer's disease. According to Science Daily, the researchers found that high levels of amyloid beta were associated with cellular inflammation and higher rates of neuron death. They demonstrated that exposing the cells to THC reduced amyloid beta protein levels and eliminated the inflammatory response from the nerve cells caused by the protein, thereby allowing the nerve cells to survive. So essentially, they have found that cannabis is a safe and effective way to prevent Alzheimer's disease from setting in. The evidence is there, and people at risk should consider trying out THC. And because we know that marijuana is not the dangerous, life ending drug that the mainstream media has made it out to be, because it's the demon weed, don't you know? What is there to lose? Professor David Schubert, senior author of the paper, said although other studies have offered evidence that cannabinoids might be neuroprotective against the symptoms of Alzheimer's, we believe our study is the first to demonstrate that cannabinoids affect both inflammation and amyloid beta accumulation in nerve cells. Wow, that's an awful lot of 25-cent words in that sentence. More than 5 million Americans are currently battling the condition, according to the National Institute of Health, which has absolutely zero to do with health. All they do is gather evidence and feed it to the pharmaceutical companies and say, look, do you have a pill that will work for this? Here, you have all these people. There's some clients for you to bilk. The study, which was supported by the National Institute of Health, wow. You mean the results were actually, wow, I am impressed. It was also funded by the Burns Foundation and the Bundy Foundation, not Halba or Al, whichever, that Bundy, yeah, are published in the journal Aging and Mechanisms of Disease. There is also a video at the end of this. I just thought that was rather cool. So, it looks like the reason they called it the demon weed is because if you use it, you might actually be able to think for yourself and you will realize that Big Pharma is the demon. Well, yeah, that's pretty much. Oh, lunch is at noon? Cake and ice cream too? Oh, shit. You're such a brat, Fudd. Oh, wow, your in-law's 71st anniversary? Holy crap-a-noli, that's a long time to live with one person. Good one, Fire Honky. Steve Austin, a man barely alive. Gentlemen, we can rebuild him. You're very punny this evening, darling. Grandpa stayed extremely sharp right up to the end, but he ate bacon every day. So, and he drank coffee every day. And he exercised every day until that last time he fell and they put him in the hospital, and then he went to the nursing home, and then he didn't last long. But yeah, nursing homes kill people. I truly believe that. Okay. Oop. Okay, where was I? Oh, copy. Don't want to paste. Copy. Let's get this shared over here on Fakeybook real quick. Hey, oops, spell it right. There we go. And check my effing site just to see if anybody else is new over here. Hi there, ho there. Okay. Dang, I only have a half hour left. Holy smokes, how in the heck did that happen? Which, by the way, quick reminder, not directly following me. I'm hoping Bo Diddy will be around and he will jump in and play some tunage, but if not, there will be a little bit of a hiatus, and then at 11 o'clock Eastern Time, 10 o'clock Central Time, which is my time, which the cosmos is set with. The rest of y'all are messed up. But uh, Freakers Ball will be on tonight, so be sure to, if you don't stick around, come back and listen in, because it will be a good time had by all. And tomorrow morning, we will have Solvanor with the Solvanor event over on UCY.tv. I'm not real sure what he's reading. I'm brain farting here. And then directly after Solvanor, on RLM will be the Dork Table with Flash, or the artist formerly known as Flash, or the Flashing Dork, whatever he arrives as. And yours truly, only I'll be a Grammy dork then. And we will probably have a couple of guests. I am hoping that Iris will want to play along. I did invite her, and I'm not real sure if she's going to be able to or not, but it would be lovely if she could come join us. And if nothing else, my phone number does work, so that would be cool if someone wanted to join in. I have no freaking clue what we're going to be talking about, but hey, that's half the fun. It's going to be a bunch of dorks trying to solve all the problems of the world, at least in our own little minds. So there you go. Hi there, D. Cheatwood. How you doing this evening, sweetie? Okay. Back to my pocket I go. Did I put the THC thingy over here? Yes, I did. Okay. What? Hi, RLM 6147. How you doing this evening, darling? Oh, he's still on Brave New World? Oh, okay. Thank you, Grim. Who are in good shape, Fudd? Okay. I am going to come out here, or come down here, and I'm going to check out Stephen Hawking's. Now, normally I don't care for Stephen Hawking's, mainly because I really don't trust this shit. For years, I mean, once they started doing it's the way his eyes move, and I'm thinking, really, I don't see him moving. Does he really just, is it like his wife or his nurse or whomever that's really the extremely intelligent person, and he's just the face? He's just the little puppet or the marionette or whatever you wish to call them. Is he really an intelligent individual, or does he just look really good in a wheelchair, which he doesn't? But there are lots of times where I wonder, did he really say that? Or are they just blowing smoke up our ass? Most of the time, I think they're just blowing smoke up our ass. Because his eyes sure as hell don't move fast enough to be spitting out the shit that, like in the interviews. Unless they cut out the pauses. Oh well. This is from the intellectualist.co. Stephen Hawking says greed and stupidity are what will end the human race. Really? You think so? Well. And honey, seeing as how you are not able to move, how in the hell do you write all of that shit on that chalkboard behind you? Or do you dictate that to someone? And how do we know that you're dictating that to someone? How do we know that that someone isn't just going, whatever. Humor yourself. And they just start writing that shit, and then you sit there and your eyes go boogie. How do we know? Yeah, I'm calling this shit out, because how do I know? I don't know. I just see this guy sitting all crumpled in a wheelchair, and it doesn't look like anything's moving. You know, the technology that they say he's been using to communicate with people for how many years now? If they've had that technology that long, wow. I'm calling bullshit. I just am. Oh well. Physicist Stephen Hawking says pollution coupled with human greed and stupidity are still the biggest threats to humankind. Now, just because I don't believe that he's the one that said it, I gotta agree with that statement. I really do. During an interview with Larry King Now, yeah, right. How do you interview? Never mind. The science superstar. Uh-huh. Yeah. I could say all kinds of cruel things that are running through my mind, but I'm going to censor myself. The science superstar told King that in the 6 years since he's spoken with the talk show host, people haven't changed or cleaned up their act. Alrighty. We clearly have not become less greedy or less stupid. Okay, that's a gimme. That's a given. You don't have to be a science superstar to come up with that one, hon. It's pretty much a given. The population has grown by 500 million since our last meeting, with no end in sight. At this rate, it will be 11 billion by 2000 or 2100. Well, you can do math. All righty. Or at least the person that's providing the voice for you can do math. Or the person that's providing the lettering on the... Wow. He noted that the massive problem of pollution has only grown in the last 5 years. Or has only grown. Yeah, it depends on where you put the emphasis, doesn't it? Air pollution has increased over the past 5 years. Yeah, duh. More than 80% of inhabitants of urban areas are exposed to unsafe levels of air pollution. Yeah. When asked what the biggest problem facing the world is, Hawking said climate change. Yeah. Hawkins told King he wonders if we are past the point of no return. I don't know. It could quite possibly be. Will we be too late to avoid the dangerous level of global warming? Okay, you brought out global warming, and that has already been debunked, hon. That bullshit's been debunked. Climate change, well, that's what climate does. So, man-made climate change, I will go along with that if you stipulate that the shit that they're spraying behind airplanes right now that is intended to reflect the sunlight back out into space so that we do not have global warming. No. You're poisoning the atmosphere. You're poisoning the ground. You're poisoning the water. You're poisoning all the life forms on this planet. So yes, I will admit it is man-made, just not the way y'all are putting it out there. Because y'all are trying to say that it's the 90% that are the big, bad, brouhaha, poisoning scumsuckers of the world. When actually, it's the assholes that are putting the shit in the atmosphere, in the upper atmosphere. It's that 10%. Yeah, I will go there. It's that 10% that wants to continue that shit. You guys are the man-made climate change poisoning the world bunch. We contribute. Oh yeah, we contribute, but not near to the level that you do. And oh wow, that is not an attractive look, hun. Not at all. No. Wow. There is a video attached to the original story, and the original story is from USA Today. Wow. Wow. And I just look at that image of Hawking and no, you cannot convince me. There's no freaking way you can convince me that, no. Faces look ugly when you're alone. Yeah, more people, more shit. That is true. Hi. How many highs? Oh, and RLM 6147 dropped out. Darn it. So, Can't imagine watching someone eat. Oh, no, I couldn't imagine doing that either. Want a webcam you? Not really. You're eating stale apple chips? Oh, let's see. When you're strange. Hawking may be as bad. Yeah, I think, yeah. Stephen Hawking just, no, there's no, you can't convince me that, nah. Oh, shit. And then I clicked in the wrong place. Here we go. Because I wanted to share this link over here on Effin site as well. How would you interview? How could you do that? I don't know. Of course, Larry King is still alive. That just amazes the hell out of me as well. It's kind of like how old was Dick Clark when he finally died? And Larry King is more ancient than that, isn't he? Shit. And he's still on the news. And how many times has he been married? Lord. There's that many people that... Wow. Sorry. Woo. No, I'm not sorry, but wow. I gotta call bullshit on this. In any case, I'm sharing it real quick, and then I'm gonna... Yeah. No way. So, dang, it just all of a sudden got really, really warm. Or I just... Hot flash! I hate when that happens. Whee! Oh, the joys of being my age. Okay, let me put it over on Fakeybook as well. Or at least I'll put the link there. And then, because I'm almost out of time, so I might actually do the sharing later. Okay, close that one. Where else was I at? Close that one. Close that one. Close that one. How about I go to Gawker? I was thinking it was Gawker I wanted to go to. Maybe not. The Onion. There you go. I wanted to go to the Onion. Because Onion was featured in Wired. And I was like, wow, really? The Onion is featured in Wired? Now, it was talking about the Orlando shooting and how they did a very good job of bringing it to the forefront with snark and sarcasm, and yet I'm still going, I think it was all bullshit. My opinion, once again. But, okay. There were a couple of things. Just because I like snark and I like sarcasm and I like farcical kind of things. A farcical as opposed to a nearsicle. Okay. Okay. Bugaboo just texted me. Okay, this is over on the Onion, so y'all know it's the Onion. Secretary of Interior unveils plan for new high-speed creek. Why? Because they control everything else, so why not the speed of the creek? Washington is calling the $650 million project the future of America's pastoral waterways. Secretary of the Interior Sally Jewell unveiled the agency's plans for a new high-speed creek Thursday that would reportedly connect Weybridge, Vermont with the adjacent town of Addison. When the new creek is complete in 2018, it will not only be the fastest tributary in the nation, but also a vital conduit for the quick and efficient transport of leaves, small sticks, and light sediment through the poorly drained western Vermont rural corridor. She also noted that the cutting-edge streamlined creek would flow at nearly twice the rate of the nation's network of outdated and meandering brooks. With a span of nearly 8 feet between banks, the water that upwards of knee deep, this creek will be unlike anything you currently see across the country. Obviously, it will be much quicker than the creek that Vin's was up not too long ago. I don't think that creek was Shit Creek though. And I'm not real sure. He never really did say if he had a paddle or not. Oh well, I digress. Um it will all but eliminate the problem of fallen branch congestion, and this is the first step in catching up to the modern ultra-fast creeks seen in highly advanced Asian countrysides. While favored by the Obama administration, high speed creeks have been criticized by a number of experts as poor investments better suited for the smaller back countries of Europe and Japan, with many arguing that America's abundance of vast open expanses meant the Interior Department should instead focus its energies on improving improving and facilitating the nation's gusts. No, we do not need to add to the speed of the nation's gusts. Excuse me. I think they are sufficiently speedy, at least out in my neck of the woods. What? Uh-oh, Shitkey was stuck. Ah! What? Oh. Okay. Dumped a can of Freon on it to clean it out and opened a fresh hole in the ozone layer. See how you are. Good job. Damn it all. Don't you know that stuff that's heavier than air still finds a way up there to make holes in the ozone layer, don't you know? Mm-hmm. Because it's tricky like that. It's science. Yeah. Oh, I've seen quite a few brooks and creeks that have not been quite so meandering of late. Looks like West Virginia has been getting hammered. Lots and lots. There's places flooding all over this country, and then there's places that normally get floods and moisture that are just drier than a popcorn fart. I'm thinking somebody's dodging with the weather is what I'm thinking. Oh, well. Let's see. Where do I wish to go next? This was one of those evenings where I just really did not think ahead at all. Other than I threw a bunch of shit in my pocket, and then later I went, why did I put that in my pocket? I still haven't figured that out. Let's see. Nope. Not gonna. I already done all those. Okay. I'm gonna go check out Fark. Fark, 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 Fark. Good morning, children. Hope you all are ready for a holiday weekend. Oh, and you first graders over there, you were born racist and should feel guilty benefiting from white privilege. This is apparently a New York Post article, so let's go check this shit out, shall we? It's under their facepalm category. So we're going to check this shit out. Elite K through 8 school teaches white students they're born racist. I did not come out of my womb. I didn't come out of my womb either. I didn't want to come out of my womb. It was warm in there. I did not come out of my mother's womb thinking, I am white, I am racist, I am a cracker. I didn't. So what the hell? You teaching people to hate themselves? The fuck? Apparently, an elite Manhattan school is teaching white students as young as 6 that they're born racist and should feel guilty benefiting from white privilege while heaping praise and cupcakes on their black peers. Reverse racism is still racism. Hun. And as soon as you realize that there is no such thing as a black race or a white race or a Hispanic race, or unless you're talking about runners, um, or an Asian race or any of that other fun shit, those might be cultures, those might be regional kind of things. But we're all a fucking human race, ass munchers. Those of you self-important butt munchers. See, this is why people get out of the public education system. Is people like this make it to where others go, fuck that shit. I ain't sending my kids to get brainwashed and browbeat by this bullshit. Apparently, the administrators at Bank Street School for Children on the Upper West Side claim it's a novel approach to fighting discrimination, and that several other private New York schools are doing it. So if several other private New York schools are doing it, must be right. Bite me. But even liberal parents aren't buying it. Good. Finally, somebody's growing a brain or pulling their head out of their ass so they can actually get some kind of airflow going that isn't that pungent aroma. They complain that the K through 8 school of 430 kids is separating whites in classes where they're made to feel awful about their whiteness, and all the kids of color in other rooms where they're taught to feel proud about their race and are rewarded with treats and other privileges. How fucking moronic. All you're doing is teaching children. When you do this shit, you are teaching children to, oh shit, the word was right there and now it's gone. To develop grudges. To start being envious of people that they initially had no reason to envy or despise because they get special treatment. All you're doing is perpetuating it, dumbasses. This goes on to say, ever since Ferguson, oh great, yeah, blame Ferguson. Here comes the white apologist to the rescue. Ever since Ferguson, the school has been increasing anti-white propaganda in its curriculum. Shut the fuckers down. You know what? Stop sending your children there. That's how you shut them down. That's how you stop it. You stop sending your children there. That's how you do it. Apparently a parent is the one that said that they'd increased their anti-white propaganda since then, and they requested anonymity because he has children currently enrolled in the school. Pull your kids out. Pull them out. If you know it's bad, why are you supporting it? Bank Street has created a dedicated space in the school for kids of color. Well, we're all colorful individuals, fuckweheads. Where they embrace a minority, where they're embraced by minority instructors and encouraged to voice their feelings and share experiences about being a kid of color. Well, I'm a person of color. And last week I was even more colorful because I had lots of red, at least on my back. This is according to the school presentation slides obtained by the Post. Wow. Furthering an agenda and keeping that divide going. Good job, overachievers. Meanwhile, white kids are herded into separate classrooms and taught to raise their awareness of the prevalence of whiteness and privilege. Notions of color blindness. When you keep throwing color in someone's face and telling them that they are privileged just because they're white, do you think that is not racism? Do you think that's eliminating color blindness? I don't think so. Yeah, and the assumptions of normal, good, and American, and understand and own European ancestry and see the tie to privilege. Fuck you. You are furthering the bullshit. You are feeding the beast, assholes. The same slides point out that a number of leading private schools across the country also have segregated students by race based affinity groups. It lists several in New York, including Riverdale Country School, Brooklyn Friends School, the Cathedral School, the Calhoun School, the Ethical Culture Fieldstone School, the Little Red Schoolhouse, and Elizabeth Irwin High School. Remember those schools. They are places you do not wish your children, your grandchildren, or anyone that you care about to go to. Under Bank Street's racial justice and advocacy curriculum, parents say teachers push white kids to grapple with American history of racism. Then they indoctrinate them into thinking systemic racism still exists and that they're part of the problem and must hold themselves accountable even for acts of racism committed by others. Fuck you. Fuck you. 100% of the curriculum is what whites have done to other races, said Bank Street parent. They offer nothing that would balance the story, like, let's say, the Irish that were slaves and actually held in lower esteem than black slaves. Yeah, did you know that more Irish slaves were sold in the 17th century than black slaves, with a death rate of between 37% and 50%? It's a story that the history books don't want to tell you, but yeah. Oh. Someone really needs to tell. Although I don't think it would do a darn bit of good. I really don't, because they believe themselves. They wouldn't be espousing this bullshit. Any questions they can't answer, they rationalize under the pretense of institutional racism, which that's what you're perpetuating right there, sweetheart. Institutional racism. You are furthering that agenda. You are not fixing the problem. If you really, really wanted to fix the problem, you would stop even recognizing someone's skin color. Period. If you really wanted to deal with the problem, this would be a child. Period. Not a little black child, not a little white child, not a little Hispanic child, not a little Asian child, not a little any hyphenated, labelized. This is a child. The program, these parents say, deliberately instills in white children a strong sense of guilt about their race. Fuck you. And some kids come home in tears saying, I'm a bad person, which probably, I could understand a child being suicidal after that kind of bullshit. Do you not understand what you're doing to these kids? They say that white kids are being brainwashed into thinking any success they achieve is unearned. Indeed, a young white girl is seen confessing on a Bank Street video, I feel guilty for having a privilege I don't deserve. No, sweetheart, the only privilege you have is not even really a privilege. You're just alive, and you should be thankful every day that you get another chance. Other than that, the other stuff is just bullshit. Just bullshit. Don't let someone feed you that crap. Parents, please. Grow some fucking balls. Oh. Yeah. Oh, fire honky, it was your honky privilege. See how you are. Okay. What? What? Hooty doody waddy? What was that? What am I doing? Electronic persons? Huh? Oh. Okay. I finally got to wonder how many of them died from a hold my beer moment. Oh, yeah. Okay. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and share this Irish slave thing as well, because I am at the end of my time. So, um, let me put this one over here on effing site. And thanks everybody for listening in. You've been listening to Grammy's Rocket Chair here on RealLibertyMedia.com, Channel 3. Also on the RLMradio.xyz site. And also on the RLM Internet Radio site, and the RLM TuneIn site, and the RLM Spreaker channel. And you can listen to podcasts just in case you really want to traumatize yourself even more. You can listen to the podcast either on RealLibertyMedia.com, or you can go to the RLM YouTube channel. And that's where you can listen to podcasts from all kinds of RLM shows. So thanks everybody for listening, and be sure to come back or stick around. Freakers Ball is later on this evening with Grimner and Moose Girl. Like I said earlier, tomorrow morning will be Solvanor with the Solvanor event. And then directly following that will be Flash and myself and whomever wishes to join us for the Dork Table. Then tomorrow afternoon, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, I believe it's 4 p.m. Eastern Time, is Kira with The Bridge. Tomorrow evening, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Bo Diddy and some bodacious tunage. Sunday at noon my time, which would be 1 o'clock Eastern Time, 11 o'clock my time, noon Eastern. Yeah, there you go. Grimner with some blues, and then at 2 o'clock Eastern Time, right? Am I right? I hope I'm right. Hal with Behind the Woodshed, Hal Anthony. So, got a full weekend. Monday, please, Independence Day, 4th of July. Think about what independence really means. Not independs panties. Independence. Being independent. Being sovereign. Think about those things and then start acting on being sovereign, and do it with keeping natural law in mind, because natural law states that you have the right to exist and you have the right to do whatever you feel makes you happy, so long as it does not infringe upon someone else's right to exist.